and let's get the whole thing fixed. By the way, DOJ not the only agency and ATF having a problem. DEA's got their own little fast and furious scandal brewing. This one in Texas, reported by the Houston Chronicle. What happened was Craig Patty is the owner of a small two-vehicle trucking company in North Texas. And he's got some trucks. They haul sand for fracking operations. That's what he thought he was doing. He got awakened early one morning by a call from a colleague informing him that one of his trucks that he thought was getting repaired in Houston had been found loaded with marijuana and riddled with bullet holes. The driver had been shot 8 times and murdered while sitting in the cab. Now, the DEA won't talk about it, but the Chronicle says that its research has confirmed that without Patty's knowledge, the DEA had recruited his driver to use Patty's truck so he would haul marijuana as part of an undercover sting operation. More than a dozen officers were waiting to bust some drug traffickers. Then they got taken by surprise by hijackers who were trying to steal the truckload of pot. These hijackers shot the driver dead, shot up the truck. In all the confusion, a Houston police officer was also shot and wounded. Now 8 months have gone by. Craig Patty is in danger of losing his business because one of the 2 trucks is out of commission. Insurance company says they're not going to pay because it was being used by law enforcement. And Patty has finally had to loot his retirement fund just to try to get it fixed. Patty's in debt. He and his family are living in terror that the drug traffickers might target them for retribution. And the criminals know the truck, so he's afraid to put it back on the road. This is crazy. I mean, if DEA borrowed his truck without his permission and only the driver who ended up getting murdered, I'd say there's, as Ricky Ricardo would say, somebody's got a lot of splaining to do. I just hope they'll splain it better than they have with Fast and Furious, which they haven't splained at all. This is the Huckabee Report for Wednesday. I'm Mike Huckabee from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. The DEA may have its own Fast and Furious scandal. That story next. The Houston Chronicle reports that Craig Patty, the owner of a small trucking company in Texas, was awakened by a shocking phone call. One of his 2 trucks had been found full of marijuana and the driver shot to death. He discovered that without his knowledge, the DEA had recruited his driver and his truck for a drug sting. A gun battle erupted when some hijackers surprised the agents by trying to steal the truck. Now, through no fault of his own, Patty has a bullet-riddled truck and a nearly ruined business. Plus, his family is living in terror of retribution from the drug traffickers. The DEA won't comment, but if they don't recompense him pretty soon, the ugly details may all come out in court. That may be the last thing the DEA wants or needs America to know about.